This is the video that follows up on the one that explains the organization of the Canvas website and discusses the mechanics and logistics of this FMSC 341 course. Now let's talk about the structure of the course. The main theme of this course is that it is very, very difficult and unlikely to get rich quickly. Although we hear about it on the news, people hitting the lotto, people striking it rich in the stock market, hitting the jackpot in Las Vegas. It's on the news because it's exceptional. It's an exception. It's very unlikely. And although we hear about it from time to time, it's not going to happen to you. So forget about it. However, it is fairly easy to get rich slowly. To do so, you will need three things: knowledge, patience, and discipline. The purpose of this course is to provide you with the knowledge. The patience and the discipline, I'm afraid, is on you. So, the course starts out with the basic proposition that the optimal personal financial strategies are affected by fluctuations in the economy. And besides learning the basic principles of finance from the textbook readings in the first module, in the lecture notes you will also learn what is meant by fluctuations in the economy, which financial decisions these fluctuations affect, and how they affect them. That's Module 1. Now, to understand the most basic principles of finance, you will need an intuitive understanding of a concept known as the time value of money. This is nothing more than 8th grade algebra with a slight twist. And this twist is easy to learn and apply and becomes very intuitive very quickly with a little bit of practice. And you will find more than enough practice with the practice problems on the time value of money in Module 2. Now, as a college student, probably in your early 20s, your life is probably simple enough that you can keep all of the relevant financial data in your head. However, as you get older and your life becomes more complicated, you will find that it's extremely difficult, if not impossible, to keep it all in your head. Therefore, you're going to need some way of recording it and analyzing it so that you can assess your current and future financial situation. This is the material that is covered in Module 3. Module 4 will consider taxes and the tax consequences of financial decisions. No one likes to think about taxes. They are an easily ignorable, inconvenient truth, to coin a phrase. But to make sound financial decisions, you're going to need to consider taxes, because ultimately you will probably wind up paying close to half of your annual income in taxes of one form or another. Now, the idea behind Module 4 is to understand how the tax system works, what income is taxed in what way, how to minimize your tax obligation and thereby maximize your disposable or after-tax income. Module 5 is entitled Cash Management. Now, in this case, the term cash does not mean hard, cold cash greenbacks. What it means is what it refers to as the highly liquid assets that can be converted into hard, cold cash greenbacks with a minimum of time, effort, and expense. The idea addressed in this module is to find the appropriate combination of liquidity and return on your cash and cash equivalents. In this module, you'll also learn a bit about the U.S. financial system. Module 6 focuses on consumer credit. Credit is highly desirable and useful, but it can quickly become a nightmare if it is mismanaged. In this module, you'll learn the sources of credit, ways by which financial charges are computed, the concept of the APR, which is the true cost of credit, and assessing your credit capacity. However, do not think for one moment that I can teach you how to avoid the abuse of credit, particularly credit cards. This requires discipline rather than so much book learning. Typically, the largest purchases a household makes is a house and a car or cars. You can waste a lot of money by making bad decisions on such large purchases. And Module 7 discusses the consumer purchasing strategies and potential pitfalls of major purchases. Module 8 covers the concept of investing. And you'll definitely want to master these principles because, believe it or not, someday you will be making more money than you'll need to spend. And you'll want to know how to put this surplus money to work for you. Investing lets your money work for you. Very convenient because you won't have to work for it. But the downside is that it can be risky. And in fact, you might actually lose some of it, or possibly even all of it. You'll want to understand what investment opportunities will confront your household over your lifetime and how to balance risk and future reward. What you'll find, as pointed out in Module 9, is that the least expensive and most convenient way to put your money to work for you is through mutual funds. By the way, mutual funds is the topic of your third project. Module 10, the final module, is on retirement. Not all of us get old, but we all get older. And someday, if you're lucky, you'll be so old that you won't want to work or you will not be able to work. But you will still need an income. And although it's my belief that Social Security will still be around in one form or another, I'm pretty sure it will pay you nothing in purchasing power terms like it will pay me when I retire. So don't think that you can rely on Social Security for your retirement income. That's a misconception. In fact, by the time you retire, you'll likely need over $1 million worth of revenue-producing assets to provide you with a reasonably comfortable lifestyle in your old age. And in this final module, you'll learn how to determine what you will need for retirement and what you need to do in the meantime to acquire the necessary assets. So there you go. Be sure to start working your way through Module 1. There's lots of lecture notes for which you will be responsible, as well as the material in Chapters 1 and 2. There are also 2 homework assignments in Module 1. All the details and due dates are on the schedule of assignments in the syllabus summary on the website. So, Get to work on that. And in the meantime, we will see you on the discussion board.